In this video, we're going to discuss how you can change the costume of your sprites. So this sprite is the cat, which is always here by default. And if I go to costumes, you can see that this has two costumes. I'm going to change it up a little bit. We're going to change the sprite. I'm going to choose the ballerina. Okay. Now to get rid of the cat, because he's in my way and I don't need him here, I'm just going to click on this sprite down here for the cat, right click, and I'm going to delete. Now we're just left with the ballerina. If I now click on the costumes tab, you can see that she actually has 4 different costumes. So I thought she'd be a little fun to play with in terms of changing that costume. So we can start with an event. So when we click on the green flag, it will start the changes. And then we can probably want to change looks. I'm going to go to the looks tab here. And then I can see switch costume. So they had called them A, B, C, and D. And because I'm a linear type of person, I'm going to start with A. And if I click on this, okay, we can see her in A. And if I were to switch that up for a moment, I'm going to grab another one in here. And if I put in B, double click, and I'll see her in B, and so on. And I can just even toggle down here. You see her C position and D. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put that back to, okay, I think I already have A below, so I'm going to switch that up. Put A and B. What I can do to save some time here, I can just right click, duplicate, and choose C and D. And D. Okay. So if I double click this, it's really strange. It's like nothing happened. Well, it did actually happen, but it went way too fast. So what we'd want to do is slow it down. Let's put a wait in here. Let's do another one. And another one. And now let's see what happens. And there you go. She went through all 4 costumes. Now you can switch this up so that she can go a little faster. You can change that wait times. But I also want to talk about how this coding could have been maybe slightly more efficient than having all this lines of code. Back to looks. There's another option. We have just a next costume. So it would go through that order of A, B, C, and D. So let's just pitch this for a moment. And let's put in that wait. Put it right here. Let's take a look how that works. Okay. So it only did it once. So we also have to think, well, we better repeat this. Well, she has 4 costumes. Let's repeat this 4 times. And there we go. So very similar to what we just saw in the previous coding. We just went through the costumes like that. And we can actually have it, a little more control. Might want to start her off with a particular costume. And then I can rhyme through it all. I have a feeling I know there's one more thing I'm going to want to change. It's up to you. So she does end up back on A. So if you want her to end and have her at D, I would only repeat this at 3 times. And you should end there. But if you want her back to standing where she no longer has her hands up in the air and her foot down, you can go right back to the beginning of Ballerina A and have the repeat for 4. Keep in mind the next costume is great to minimize your coding. However, if you're going to want to do some special things in between, well, let's say she's up, doing the splits, maybe you want her up in the air or doing other things, then you will have to break up the coding again so that you could add those extra special things within the code.